Nick Smith after a 3-0 win over CSM in a GPAC quarterfinal. Obviously, you guys were kind of stifled in the first half. Really, only one team got off one shot. So, and then kind of flipped its head, from last game, and you found 3 goals in the second half. So, what kind of turned in the second half?
The main talking point that we had at halftime was just the confidence in sort of who we are, and what we've been working on all season long is getting the ball down and building. And so CSM came here tonight with a game plan to really try and put us under pressure, in particular our back group, the defenders and our sixes. And I think in the first half we just didn't really settle well, and that caused us to not really cause a whole lot of good things to happen for us in possession moving forward. I think at halftime we made some adjustments. We exchanged a couple players, put them in some new spots, and it just helped us settle. And I think we started the half really well, and that sort of set the tone then for the 45. And we scored some really good goals. It's nice to get a goal from a set piece, but then we also the third goal that sort of locks the game up for us late was a real talking point for us at halftime, that we felt like there was space behind in vertical areas for us to go get. It was just about executing on the ball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess there was an important I felt like moment in the first half where Angie kind of puts out a ball, and then it just winds up rolling right in front of the goal, and CSM girl goes to try to kick it, and then Nia just gets right there to either make her miss or block it or whatever. So talk about that, what that kind of meant in that moment.
Yeah, I mean, that sort of embodies a little bit of Nia for us, right? And so Nia is a player that just does everything that you would want a center midfielder. She works from defending our goal all the way up to the attacking side of the field, and that's just that's what makes her so invaluable to us, and which makes her such a class midfielder in the GPAC. She's consistently turning up in the key moments in games for us that turn results, and couldn't speak highly enough about Nia and the impact that she has on this team, which is why she has the most minutes of anyone in this locker room right now.
Yeah, Rosie obviously got the first goal to kind of break it open. What have you saw from her to be able to get that? And then also it just seemed like y'all were, this is kind of a different thing, but sending Hannah up on the side, it seemed like that was kind of the plan on some of the things just to do.
Yeah, so with Rosie, that's one of the things that she brings, and that's one of the reasons why we wanted to get her here on campus, is she's capable of going and winning things out of the air and making herself just sort of a nuisance. And so a ball gets played in, and you can ask anyone on the bench, but I called that she was going to get a goal in that moment. That was called on the bench before it went in, and just really happy for her. She scored in the first round at Concordia last year, but she scored against us last year for Jamestown. So it's 2 first-round goals for her on this field, and couldn't be happier for her to get that goal. And then with Kyle working down the flank, we felt like on switches of the play, that we could release outside backs if we did it quick enough. And I think in the second half, I think we found a lot of success with her getting the ball into some space, and really would have liked to see us maybe a little more clinical in those moments and maybe execute out for a goal. But that was an area that we felt like we could create some space, and we found some joy there in the second half too.
Yeah, you move on to the semifinals for the 10th time in the program history. What does that mean? I'm sure you're looking forward to it. I don't know if you've heard yet. You'll play Dort, but yeah. So.
We watched that game earlier today, and right now we have to take things game by game. And this is, I think, 9 wins in a row now for us as a team, which I think sets the outright record for us.
Yes.
And so that was one of the talking points that we had before the game, that we had an opportunity to make some history today. But we still have big plans, and to do that requires us to make sure that we're ready for the next game, and that's the only thing that we're focusing about now, is going and playing, competing with Dort.